Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
We had seen that for almost many of the things that you need to do before the patent office, there is a prescribed fee, and we had seen that in the act we saw various phrases like as may be prescribed or the prescribed fees, and the details of those fees we had already mentioned that you would find the details in the rules. Section 142 tells us that they shall be paid in respect of grant of patents and application in respect of other matters, such fees as may be prescribed by the central government. So, the fee that has to be paid, the official fee, will be prescribed by the central government, and if fee is payable in respect of doing of an act by the controller shall not do that act until the fee has been paid. So, unless the official fee is paid, the patent office will not look into the matter. And 3 tells us that where a fee is payable in respect of filing of a document, the fee shall be paid along with the document and within the prescribed time, and the document shall deem not to have been filed at the patent office if the fee has not been paid. So, the controller, the office will not do certain things if the fee is not paid. If they are required to do certain things, they will not take the document on record unless the fee that is required to be paid along with the document. Now, 4 talks about a case where a principal patent is granted later than 2 years from the date of filing. The fee which have become due in the meantime may be paid within a term of 3 months from the date of recording in the period of register, or within the period extended not later than 9 months from the date of recording. Now, this is a peculiar provision because when you file a patent application, you do not know whether the patent will get granted at all. There are many instances where a patent is filed, the patent office may reject it, or the patent is filed and you decide down the line that there is no need to even file a request for a publication, and after 18 months period when it gets published, the person who files the patent loses interest in that technology and he may not even file a request for examination. So, it may get abandoned, or it may get abandoned due to certain procedural lapses. An FER is filed, a reply is not given within the stipulated time. So, there are many conditions which could come into play for an application not materializing into a grant. So, the fee is payable or becomes payable, the renewal fee becomes payable only at the point of grant, but the life of a patent starts from the date of filing the application. So, there is an anomaly between the day on which the life of a patent starts and the day on which the fee can be collected on a granted patent. So, the fee is always collected after the grant, but will cover the years that have preceded in the process of grant. So, now when you read 4, you will find that where a principal patent is granted later than 2 years from the date of filing. After 2 years of filing, the fee which have become due in the meantime may be paid within a term of 3 months from the date of recording the patent in the register, which means 3 months from the date of grant you have to pay the fee that becomes due. So, you actually go back in time. So, if the patent is, the prosecution of patent goes on for say 5 years or 7 years, then you will have to go back in time and pay the fee from the date of the application, because the patent right is for 20 years from the date of application. So, this provision, you can take some instances, you can look at a granted patent in the patent office, go to the information on the granted patent, you can actually see the table on which the fees have been paid. For every application, the patent office has a table showing when the fee has been paid and when it is due. So, you will find the first payment comes after the grant, but it also covers the time period before the grant when the patent was in prosecution. So, 4 actually describes a case where the patent office can collect fees after the grant, but pertaining to years that were before the grant. The time between, or let us put it this way, the time between the date of filing of application and the date of grant, the patent office has the right to collect the fees even for that period. As I explained, this is being done because the number of applications filed and the number of grants are very different. Not every application filed materializes into a grant. So, that is why the system is structured not only in India, even abroad, based on paying the back fees after a patent is granted. Now, fees is decided or is stipulated in Schedule 1 of the patent rules. Now, you can see there are at least 2 broad categories of fees. There is a e-filing fee, which is cheaper, you can see that, and there is a physical filing fee. Now, there is a tremendous focus on e-filing. So, e-filing is the most preferred way, and probably to incentivize e-filing there is a small difference in the fee for e-filing. So, these are the 2 broad categories. So, if you do a e-filing, you follow a particular fee structure, and if you do a physical filing, you follow a different fee structure. Now, there are 3 categories under each of these 2 broad types. In e-filing, there are 3 categories, 3 different fee structures, and same for physical filing. Now, for e-filing, you could either be a natural person or a startup, then your fee is going to be in a particular level, or that is first category. The second category, you could be a small entity alone with a natural person or a startup. So, if you are a small entity is defined, or you are a small entity acting with a natural person or a startup, you have the second layer or the second type of fees. Then the third type of fee accrues on a person who does not fall into the first 2 category. He is not a natural person or a startup nor a small entity, then all body corporates, companies, organizations fall into this category. So, these are the 3 categories of fees, and the same 3 categories carry on even for physical filing. So, totally you have 6 categories of fees for anything that you could do before the patent office. Now, the form numbers are given. So, you can look at the form 1. If you are a natural person doing e-filing, 1600 is the fee that you have to pay, and for small entity it is higher, and for any entity other than a small entity and a natural person it is even higher. Similarly for physical filing. Now, you have various entries here on different things, and you could either go by a search of the forms, or you could go by the details that are given here, and you find all the renewal fees in entry 19. You will find the renewal fees when it becomes payable before the expiration of the 2nd year from the date of the patent in respect of the 3rd year. So, and you will find various other instances where the fees have to be paid. Now, table 2 talks about the refund of fees. So, that a refund can happen only in one case, where the matter has not been taken up for examination. The patent office has not filed a first examination report. In such cases, you can have a refund. Now, apart from the first schedule, we also have the 5th schedule, which deals with fees. Now, the 5th schedule deals with fees pertaining to certain international arrangements. So, this is different from the first schedule, but this pertains only to international arrangement under Rule 19.